welcome to episode 1 of the Youth Squad Legends series with Chesterfield on FC25. This was the team that I selected 12 years ago in the first ever Youth Squad Legends series. My content has evolved massively since then, so let's give them the series that they deserve. Before we start modelling our manager, you might be thinking, what on earth is Youth Squad Legends? Premise is really simple. We take a team, usually in EFL League 2, remove the real players, replace them with generated players. They usually come from our youth academy, but we are allowed to sign externally. As the players age and get better, the team will find success with the end goal of lifting the Champions League trophy. The beauty of this series is that at this moment in time, we have no idea who our star players are going to be. All that's about to change. I would like to introduce you to the manager of this series, the goalkeeper from the previous Youth Squad Legends, Tobias Tanner. Please ignore the fact that I got his nationality wrong. I'm not gonna lie, he was a bit of a fraud, but he's very excited right now. He's just decided to start rotating. He can't wait to begin. Let's get on with it. So Chesterfield down in the 4th tier of England. Their away kit is rancid, but the home shirt is not too bad. In terms of home stadium, you're probably looking at Malton Road being the best fit. And the stadium name, I'm not even joking here, it's called the SMH Group Stadium. I don't know why it's called that. Few tweaks to make it look more like home, and then we get onto this huge list of game settings. I'll get back to you once I've sorted these out. We'll go through the main areas of change. Turned off scouting. This has nothing to do with the youth academy, just that dreaded global transfer network that is pointless. We've got the difficulty level set to ultimate, no financial takeover, no sacking by the board, 6-minute halves, 3 minutes on the youth tournaments, and in them youth tournaments we're going to use the current overall of the players. We're setting up the game players simulation, some wind effects and weather effects, with the AI behavior at tactical. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of training plans, but I've left them on. It's a level of difficulty I don't mind, and if I put this onto light, I think it would be too easy. I've kept training drills on, even though I usually ignore them. Now, this is an interesting one. I'm going to set the development rate for senior players to fast. I've always had an issue with how slow the players develop in the first team. You have to rely so much on loans. Total rubbish. Development rates in the youth academy stay the same because I see no problem with the growth there. Transfers are active, of course. The negotiations are set to default. The approaches are loose, and we're going to be using pound sterling. That's your lot. Let's get into career mode. Yes, Tobias Tanner. Hold up that shirt. We're gonna make magic happen together. Yeah, there's a lot different. I'm not too bowled over by the overall UI design, but we can look past it so long as the game is good, and I am quite hopeful this year. Let's start moving all these lads onto the transfer list. Sorry, guys. You're just not part of the plans. I know you did great getting Chesterfield promoted into the Football League. Congratulations. I'm sure you'll find yourself at very good clubs, or at least clubs that will cover your wages. Gonna block everybody's phone number after this interaction. Well, Greg's on fire. Your defense is terrifying. Now that those formalities are over, who wants to see the youth squad? That is a brilliant start with all of the max potentials over 80. Can't go wrong with that. Aurelio Patti and Aaron Djibodu have a max potential of 94. It literally can't get any better than that. Before getting acquainted with these guys, I did change their names. FC's name pool is still pretty poor, so we go and use Football Manager's name pool instead. It expands it out a little bit. So we have Rico Walden, a 16-year-old 6'4" goalkeeper at 40 overall. Aurelio Patti, 35 overall. Very short at the moment, but I am being told that the players grow in height. He's got 1 diving. Why has he got 1 goalkeeper diving? Bro, we've got a goalkeeper that can't dive. Yeah, this is definitely Tobias Tanner's team. Oh, this is a centre-back with 1 heading accuracy. Mint! 2 heading accuracy for Billy Blissett, the 44 overall right back. Hey, Adam Freestone has got quick step. Bro, he's got power header. How can he not head the ball? Ooh, Natali Ruocco. Dead ball, ping pass, and relentless. I tell you what, if they've done this on purpose, they must be commended, because young players are banned from heading the ball now, aren't they? Or they're told not to head the ball. I don't know what's going on with the diving. Don't ask me about that. It's a good group of players, and I would like to add to it very quickly. Here's the youth scouting setup at the moment. We have someone called T. Stanley, probably gonna get sacked very shortly. Our budget is £1.2 million, so we're looking at about 3-star, 2-star, around that ballpark. We should be able to afford 3 scouts and their assignments. So welcome in German scout Ziegler, Norwegian scout Johansson, and Greek scout Marinatos. Now, we've just quickly asked my patrons which countries to scout in episode 1, and it's been randomly selected that Vietnam and San Marino are the countries that will join England in our first scouting reports. If you have a particular country that you'd like to see scouted, then check out the Patreon. It's just one of many rewards attached to this series. You can also add players to the save and customize the appearance of our squad members. So this new scouting mission screen is something incredibly different. I wish I'd paid more attention to the positions that we already had covered. I think a central midfielder from England wouldn't go amiss. I'm not thinking about focus roles just yet. I haven't developed any tactics. We'll go the same for San Marino and try and pick up some central midfielders. It'll be slightly different with Vietnam as we go and search for a left winger, a striker, or a right winger. Those reports will take a month to come in, so we now have time to see if there's any free agents knocking about. There are a total of 5 regens: Welsh goalkeeper Alfie Hanford, Kelvin Karanteng, a Ghanaian striker, Eriko Kjartansson, tall Icelandic striker, Stuart Mainland, a 66 centre-back, that could be very helpful, and Rob Smeaton, 64 central midfielder. Well, with 3 of our 7 youth squad players unavailable to be promoted at this point, we need all the numbers we can get from the free agency. That wage looks a lot. Have they changed the wages? Surely a 64 overall shouldn't be worth that. But it's a bit more realistic, I guess. I need to start selling before we sign any more up. There's been a lot of work done tactically to this game, and I'm wondering if I could develop something similar to Sir Alex Ferguson's United team of about 2008. I want to see how close we can replicate that. This in-depth stuff will be for another time. Episode 1s are just for introductions. Hiring coaches can be done later. We'll miss out on this youth tournament, but every subsequent youth tournament will certainly be involved in. Now we're ready to advance and hopefully get some transfers out. First one out the door, Jamie Grimes, soon followed by Tom Naylor, Michael Jacobs, Connor Cook, Ash Palmer, and Ollie Banks. We'll select the pre-season tournament with the highest potential prize money, but looking at them teams will get absolutely nowhere. Back to selling players. Brandon Horton, Darren Oldacre, Tyrone Williams, and Will Grigg on the way out before our first friendly match. Not bad. Smeaton's already moved into the starting 11. Quick Simia against Monza, 2-1 loss. Dobra scoring Chesterfield's goal. Cambridge United against Chesterfield ends 1-1. Paddy Madden scored our goal. Remember him from the days of Yeovil. Here's the final friendly. Probably going to get battered by Palmer. It's not as bad as what you'd think. Goals by Madden and Colclough. Okay, I've certainly seen more embarrassing pre-seasons than that. League 2 kicks off in 13 days at home against Salford, and our youth reports are almost ready. But before then, we're going to accept offers for Ryan Boot, Liam Jessup, and Armando Dobra. I would have been able to sell so much more if the UI told me. Let's have a look at these youth reports. Neil Ziegler, scouting England. We do have a high potential player in Leroy Hook, but he's 13 years old. I don't think I can do that because we're basically investing right now with the limited resources that we've got to get rewarded in 3 years' time. It needs to be a little bit more instant. I need to get 16, 17-year-olds into the first team pronto, so that's why we're signing up Christy Mayer. San Marino's report has 4 16-year-olds, 4 players that we can promote straight into the first team, one of which has a maximum potential of 89, not too shabby. Welcome to the club, Andrea Cabelli. We'll also pick up Marcelo Lividini, just because I'm absolutely livid. No promotable players from Vietnam, which is unfair. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna re-roll on Vietnam and we're gonna replace San Marino with a different country using some YouTube magic. Here we go with the second set of reports. From England, Chris Bancroft. A central defensive midfielder with absolutely no potential, but he can get into the first team. And that's all that matters at the moment. Oliver Talboys has a really high potential, but I'm kind of seeing Justice Webb. Justice Webb. I can't be hiring someone who clearly is Spider-Man. I think Oliver Talboys gets in simply because that potential is pretty outstanding. We've changed San Marino for Vanuatu. So there's Junior Tassip, 72 to 94 potential. At 14, it'll take a while to see him reach the first team. Robert Avoc could be good for the future at 6'2". Get a bit more height into the side. In terms of like immediate promotions, David Callow, 17 years old. Andrew Soroman, 17 years old. Now, this youth squad is already full. There's going to have to be a lot of shuffling around here. We'll promote Jamal Darassi, David Callow, Andrew Soroman, Rico Walden, Aaron Djibodu, Natali Ruoko, Christy Mayer, Chris Bancroft, Marcelo Lividini, and Andrea Corbelli. That'll leave space for the Vietnamese scouting report. We do have players that can be promoted immediately in Chow Van Loy, who's not got a bad potential in fairness, and the much worse Lee Van Boo. Well, we'll just put all our eggs into the Chow Van Loy basket. Get him into the first team straight away. Ryan Booty's getting the boot. Oi, oi, that's funny. Chow Van Loy has already got interest from outside the club, but he's very much staying here for now. The same can't be said for Shackelford, Mandeville, and Colclough. With that being said, it's match day. We've still got some free agents to go and sign up before this game. We freed up the money, but it took a little bit too long for Stuart Mayland and Kelvin Karanteng. Still interested in the other two, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to field a completely generated 11 for our first game, which is the most important thing. That's Alfie Hanford in for 1.1k. I feel like Kjartansson will be one of these players that's either a dud or absolutely brilliant. There's no in-between. He's getting paid £7,200 a week. He better be good. Let's open up the opponent analysis. This is Salford City, and they're not overrated. There's been a long-standing trend of EA overrating Salford. They're in League 2 for a reason, even with the millions spent. Definitely got more than enough players. It's just about putting them in the right positions. After the shuffling about, this is the first team that's going to take to the pitch this series. Kjartansson was an obvious choice up front. Lividini just in behind. Callow and Smeaton are your central midfielders. Van Looy on the left. Sommeren on the right. And a defence consisting of Darassi, Djibodu, Bancroft, and May. Your goalkeeper is Hanford, and we have some substitution options: Walden, Ruoko, and Corbelli. That's been your introduction. Let's get absolutely battered. Are these the right camera settings? Probably not. Why are the names so unbelievably small on the top of everybody's heads? I've got trouble as it is. I've no idea who is who. Malcolm into Cole Stockton. That is a poor pass, but it's going to slow down in the rain. Those weather effects already wreaking havoc. I can't clear it. Cole Stockton is basically in. It's a save from Hanford. Keeper's out, and it's right on him. Thank you. Oh, even shows the wind. The wind is 20 kilometers an hour, basically going down the pitch. So if I whack it, that's going to float. Yes, but I don't have the height. How about we just focus on being a defensive unit? Because other than that, we really don't know what's going on. I like this, though. I like the ball stuttering around on the pitch. This is more like rainy conditions. Salford playing a lot of keep ball at the moment. It's aggravating the lack of possession I've got. Now then, Smeaton. He's the most experienced player that we've got on the pitch. And he's only been a first-team player for a month. Bancroft intercepts and moves the ball into midfield, but then gets shrugged off like he wasn't even there. Oh, this number 15's a bit rapid, and he's got a great hairstyle. Soroman, we might have an early favourite. We're not doing well, but we're hanging in there. It's plucky Chesterfield action. They've only had one shot up to this point. Bancroft and the other lad not doing too bad as centre-backs. Van Looy! Caw! It's like moving mountains trying to get him going. Head it down. And that's not getting near the Icelandic forward that we have. Oh, well done, Soroman. Now then. Ooh! Soroman's just not giving this up. Well played, big chance. And he's missed it! Even though he's small, he's got a big bulky body. Like, it helps with the challenges. Lividini. I'm seeing touches of class now. There's been a bedding in period, but it's 0-0 at the break. It's nice that we haven't seen many aerial challenges by Salford. No crosses into the box. Not really fancying the challenge of heading away with, like, low heading accuracy. It's tough enough. Djiboudu looking shaky and just miles off the defensive line. Oh dear. Second half a different game. Managers acting like a prat on the sideline. Calm down, mate. You're winning against a bunch of children. Anyway, congratulations on goal scorer Adelakun. I think it will turn out to be the winning goal. But let's just stay positive on this. Press! Sorriman working on the outside. Ball has to be basically perfect. And is not. There's a lot to take in here, guys. Not just in-game, but on the main menus. And if there's been any kind of lack of informative commentary, it's because I'm learning it. I'm learning alongside you. Some things are bad, like the UI design. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. But this simulation gameplay is much better. I'm also going to stick my neck out and say that this game performs a little bit better on a PC as well. That's always a nice surprise to have. Full-time. Chesterfield 0, Salford 1. It's not embarrassing. There's a lot of work to be done. Outside of Sorriman, nothing's clicking. And what on earth is going on here? Oh yeah, Tobias Tanner looks really good in beige. They've even changed the morale system. Oh, I can't cope with this. Anyway, lots to be excited for Chesterfield. Please tell me down in the comment section who's your early favourite. Mine has to be Sorriman because he had that grit in him, the determination and the fight. And especially in these early seasons, we need that. This has been Cutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. If you've enjoyed it, then please give the video a like. If you're not subscribed around here yet, then press the red box down below and hit the bell icon for mobile notifications. A big thanks to everybody supporting me financially on Patreon. That list will get updated very soon. Once again, there's a whole load of rewards that are going to be dropping on that site. For returning viewers that might be a little worried that past characters aren't going to make an appearance, they are. Don't worry. This is just to set a foundation. All right. Take care, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.